Well, there's no question in my mind that we do have to win again the argument for free trade. Trade is the driver, it's the conveyor belt of economic growth and rising living standards in our countries. But what we're seeing still is the political aftershock 10 years on of the global financial crisis. That's produced the backlash amongst the public against the borderless world that was being created rather successfully during the previous 20 years, where we assumed that economic growth would continue, it would lift all boats, and everyone would feel that they were getting some benefit from a globalized world. Well, that's changed now. People are much more aware now of inequalities, quite extreme income inequalities in our society. And the consequence of this for politics is that people are looking away from the centre ground, whether it be the centre left or the centre right, and looking to people, more authoritarian figures, more extreme people who are offering quite dramatic programs of change, however incredible or impractical they are. People want something big to change. I mean, there's a whole scale of response that we've got to make of the sort that we've done in previous eras when we faced economic backlash and political instability. I think of the 1930s and the New Deal in the United States, in the post-war Europe, when we mounted the Marshall Plan. Now, the responses that we make now will be different and they will be more complex, but the scale of them has got to be similar. And unless and until we on the sort of centre-left and centre-right of politics are able to sort of step away from our defence, as it were, of the status quo and address the sorts of changes that people want, then we're not going to win back political support from those people who at the moment are looking to more extreme individuals and extreme policies. Look, in strict economic terms, we know what we need. We need less, not more, friction at borders in order to facilitate trade. We need greater alignment of regulation between countries and economies so that there's freer exchange and export of services. We need free movement of talent, of people, on which so many sectors of our economy now depend. But if we're going to create a new consensus for those things, then people have got to feel a much greater degree of security and protection than they do at the moment. At the moment, people feel that that sort of playing field on which we operate as an economy, as economies, is now sort of tilting against us. And that's why you're seeing producer interest saying they want more protection, why you've got people who feel threatened saying they want less immigration. Now, we've got to address these issues, and we can only do so by renewing the consensus. We've got to take a fundamental look about how people are treated in our economy and in the workplace, how, for example, increasingly with the advent of digital technology, how personal and customer data is used and transferred by others. There's a whole raft of issues in the modern 21st century economy that we've got to address. And we've got to address people's needs, their rights, their desire for greater security and protection. We can do that, but it requires a response on a scale which hitherto we've not thought through properly.